starting soon.
Okay. Oh. It's flying for us. I can ask my other half. Oh, another thing. I have the possibility of VID. I have high dissociation, so if you see me go into the nope zone, just ignore it. I promise you I'm okay.
Oh yeah, that was a fun fact. I have twin 4-year-olds, so if I either look exhausted or I'm about to cry, it's probably true.
Just remember,
Or if they start screaming, I have to get them.
Hey, Arissa, here's your bad news, okay? Usually, when campaigns go through and children interrupt, sometimes.
Go ahead.
And here we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this little show I think we're gonna call, what do y'all think about the Moonlit Mist? For now, like, how does that sound?
It sounds really good.
Awesome.
It sounds cozy.
Yeah,
There you go.
That's me.
very cozy.
Oh my
god! Before we get into it officially, though, a couple of housekeeping things. One, this is a D&D 5e campaign homebrewed by my world in a solar punk Ghibli sort of vibes. This is going to be an 18 plus sort of stream / vibe, so please be made aware of that. And
We're an adult channel with adult themes. If
Yes.
you don't like that, then you can go watch someone else, but please keep watching us. Please.
If any of the themes or things make you feel uncomfortable, please take a time and a second for yourself to breathe and come back once things are more your speed. There is no shame in that. We appreciate your viewership as a lurker, as a chatter, as a subscriber, as just a number. We appreciate you, sincerely. Am I wrong?
We appreciate you as a number. You know what?
Yeah, not that
Way to
part.
keep it 100.
I
love it already.
Yes. We have a few other
Fantastic.
streamers and other announcements going on. Dippy, any other announcements for ANIPOD before we get into it proper?
Yes, so, welcome to the new show that we've been talking about all week and all couple of weeks. To keep you up to speed on our other shows that we're going to be doing, our upcoming schedule is looking a little something like this. Tomorrow will be the Friday show, run by yours truly, the Trash World campaign, Inquisition. It's a continent full of trash, and there's a group of really bad people that wants to clean it up, and our party is trying to prevent that from happening. Why? Watch and find out. On Monday will be our variety show, the Dapper D's, where myself and the two other prime members of the channel, I suppose its founder and its just the channel dad.
It's Buddy.
Buddies. We stream whatever we want to, and this next episode will, I believe the next episode will be. No, I've got to figure. We've got a Dream Daddy. That's what it's gonna be.
Ooh.
So we're gonna continue streaming Dream Daddy, or no, we're gonna finish Pokemon Dapper Yellow. My apologies. We'll
Yes.
figure something out. You'll see it on Monday and every Monday. And then this coming Tuesday will be the other primary long-running game, the third now. That'll be Crossroads, which is run by Dono, the channel creator and the lead DM of the whole shebang.
See, you know, entrepreneur, born 1964.
What?
Sorry, I got Bo
What?
Burnham on the brain.
I didn't get a word of that. I did not get a word.
I got Bo Burnham on the brain. Forgive me.
Oh.
You gotta go outside.
Jeffrey.
335, my guy.
Jeffrey Bezos. No, I gotcha. I just processed. What
Yes.
and
Come
then.
on, Jeffrey, you can do it.
And then that'll be kind of the thing. We'll have an on week and an off week, or you'll hear about it. Allow me, if you will, Brett, to do the spiel, because the spiel works for all of our shows now.
Sure.
All of the shows, at least, that I will be a part
What
of.
spiel, though? Which one?
The spiel about the channel itself. Let me pull it up. That
Boy.
would be in my Dapper D's chat here. So, give us a follow if you like what you see. Give us a subscription if you're feeling generous. A Prime subscription gives us the money and you the ad-free experience at no cost to you with an Amazon Prime account.
Right.
Give a subscription to the YouTube channel to keep up with the VODs of all of our shows, past, present, and future, including this brand new one. All of the VODs will be on that YouTube channel of the same name, ANIPODcast.
Yes.
Follow the link tree in the description to see all of our other fun stuff like the Instagram, where you see updates when we go live, clips edited by Brett, and memes made by Donna.
Yes.
The merch store, where we're going to have an update, hopefully sometime in the near future, where you can have a small piece of our channel with you.
Yes.
Pillows, mugs, and shirts, and all that fun stuff. And the Discord server, where you can chat with us and all the other ANIPOD fans whenever you please, except
Pretty
maybe at 4
poggers,
a.m.
folks.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And as always, we appreciate you. We appreciate anything that you do to support the channel and support what we do here.
I'm
So thank you for being a great viewer, and we hope that you enjoy our new show.
I'm sorry. Did you say pretty poggers, Ace? Is that what you said?
Yeah, it is.
Yes, I did.
Okay, just making sure I didn't have a stroke. Okay, it's fine.
Tony, welcome in. It's good to see you again, friend.
Oh my gosh.
Before we get into it, all those that are streaming elsewhere or anything like that, would you like to give a little plug or anything like that?
this will
You
be
can
good
follow
opportunity.
me. Oh,
Yeah,
you
this
can
will
follow
be.
me on Blue Sky. I'm Friendly Celestial. I talk about DID. I talk about the WWE. So if you like wrestling, I've been getting into wrestling lately,
And this will be
and
a
also
good.
artwork.
And this will be a good time for all of our regular ANIPOD viewers to be introduced to our two newest members. Say hello to Arista Jade and the Cozy GM. Introduce yourselves as you see fit, guys.
First,
Oh,
Jade.
you're muted. Oh,
Oh.
no, there you go. No,
No.
you weren't muted.
I
I
was
thought
like,
I thought Cozy was.
I'm Arista Jade. I variety stream mostly cozy games, but also a lot of survival and world building games. So
They're very fun.
come check me out. Thank you.
I've been a
Try to
fan
be
for a
fun.
while.
We try to be positive. So that's what we do. Positive vibes.
The best vibes.
Yes.
I'm the Cozy
And-
GM. Oh, yep. My also known as Baze. I was on TikTok for a little while. I was on a couple of D&D one-shot streams on a couple of different channels some time ago. Super excited to be coming back and just sort of diving in feet first with these lovely folks. So thank you for having me.
We're grateful you're here. And my name
Absolutely.
is Just Brett, or the Cloak DM, or Paladad, because people keep taking names that I want, and it's fine. I'm not mad about it. You're mad about it. I am going to be playing literally everyone else. And before these lovely people introduce themselves, I think it might be time to kind of step into the world, don't you guys think? Unless there's any other announcements. Actually, we have one more. Our dear friends at Tabletop Audio.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Tabletop Audio is your #1 free resource for your audio needs for tabletop role-playing games, both online and in person. You can have access to their sound pads for sound effects and little notes like that. You can have access to their background tracks, which provide a little bit of ambience and music for your games. You can link directly through servers set up through tabletopaudio.com in order to share with your online friends if you don't have a Discord or otherwise to do that with. They have a Patreon that if you subscribe to it, you can get unlock access to longer tracks. They have a merch store. You can set them up with smart devices. There really isn't anything Tabletop Audio can't do to enhance your audio experience with your TTRPG, and if you're using them in an online game, all you got to do is give them a shout, and that's what we're doing here. Thank you, Tabletop Audio, for being the music to our ears.
Right now, we've been listening to Farmyard. I have this little playlist that was going to be playing as we are inside a more farm or rural town, or maybe not, who knows. And it is a fantastic selection. I use it for literally everything. Like, if I wanted to just put on some lo-fi, it's a nice little software. You just either you download the software or you just use the website. It's perfectly free. Give it a like. Give it a listen.
And with
It's also good for you writers that
Yes.
are trying to do like
Oh, yeah.
NaNoWriMo or things like that. It's very good for atmosphere building.
It's
Yes.
First time chat from Cryptid Lib. Yay, babe.
Hi.
Thanks, babe.
how precious.
And with
Gross.
This
Let
is
me
gonna
go
be
listen to him. He's
this is
just
gonna be a
jealous of our
clash.
friendship.
This is gonna be a clash the entire time. I hope you're
I
ready
love
for it.
So, before we officially begin, at the beginning of every campaign, I like to show my players the notebook that I write all the stories and adventures in, and when it's completed, and when it's when it's full, I then show them the next one. This campaign has begun. Our story is about to begin. This is not just my story, it's ours. And as well with you guys at home. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Aw, that's so cool.
That's adorable.
You just
that.
blew my mind with that. Please, go on.
Are you ready to fall into the mist, my friends?
Yes.
Ready to
Been ready.
fizzle.
Cool thing to say. He said the thing. He said the
You said the thing. It's the title. Come on.
Credits roll.
I'm even going to change the song for this for our lovely audience. We are now listening to Lord Keeper's Grove.
Good choice.
Humans have lost the right to this planet a long time ago. Blame it on their inability to not mess with things that they didn't understand, to slaying gods or destroying this world with machinery and weapons more times than history can admit or count. But finally, after divine intervention or hubris, whatever you want to call it, they are no longer the top dogs. The creatures that once claimed this earth way before man understood how fire worked are now taking full force. Torrents or rifts to places like the Twilight Forest, the ever-expanding, are open, and spirits known as fairfolk and even the dead are roaming with with the casualness as they did back when we mortals, us humans, were mastering iron. Not to say that technology has vanished from this world entirely. Plenty of things can still be found from the old world. From flying machines to automobiles. Not as pristine or as proper as they were during their human strength at their peaks, but they're trying to build up some sort of semblance of their old world. However, the old world is fighting back. The land is constantly changing and constantly filled with turmoil. To the north, there is a country that is so elitely covered by a large, impenetrable mountain range, where war flies forever. They don't know when it started, they don't know why it started. It's just not a good place to be. Our story begins in a softer place. Yes, there is chaos, and yes, there is strangeness in this new world, but that's the beauty of the forest. It's just quiet. This is the country of Akairo, or the Living Ghost. A place filled with pockets or torrents to these old realms that are now just wandering free. Creatures come with them. It is close to the Augur Tree, a place of spiritual significance, and apparently the birthplace, or the place where the Summer Court claimed its new king. It is a massive weeping willow tree with a beautiful canopy that can be seen even miles away, even in the town of Ochre, where our story begins. The town of Ochre is a charming little lumber community, surrounded by a forest ancient and beautiful. It is one of two tourist towns near the Augur Tree, about 3 to 5 days travel. The reason why it's a tourist town because during every solstice or equinox, there is a ceremony where all spiritual leaders of all gods, old and new, go to this tree to receive blessings and give offerings to this place of high potential raw magic. To some, none of these rituals make any sense or are necessary, but to those that try to respect the forest, it's better to appease something that you don't understand than just piss it off. The spring equinox just happened about 2 or 3 weeks ago. All the shrines and temples, shrines as they're not temples, have been taken down in the town of Ochre, and life is going back to the way it is. It is beginning of planting season, and they are chopping down and replanting trees as they go to keep the forest forever alive and respecting the life that is going to outlive them. To decide where exactly our story begins, I need everyone to roll me a d6.
First roll of the night.
First roll of the night.
I will turn my microphone down. My apologies. I have one of the loudest keyboards known to man.
Angry click-clacking intensifying. We're here for it.
You know what? I'll use my EV D6 just because I can.
Do.
It's got a little EV tail.
Oh.
1.
1.
Aw,
Ooh,
I need those dice.
6.
6. Okay. I heard a 2, 2 1s, and a 6. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Correct.
Baku. How
Yes.
would you start your mornings?
Interesting. All right. Well, I live pretty comfortably in a cabin, like, semi-detached from the main town itself. Probably a cabin that I would have finished not too long ago, considering I got here not too long ago. And, you know, quick shine, shit, shower, and shave, and I'm ready to go out into the day. Probably go down to the mechanic, but to the oh gosh, the broken axle. But before I do that, I will probably head over to the I will probably head over to Barnes's and get some breakfast.
Okay. Barnes's Barn is the only stable and inn within the town of Ochre. It is a large, almost lodge-like building, 2 stories, and not a lot of stone other than the floor. Everything else is made out of a very old, very beautiful wood. You don't wake up with the sun. I would say probably not, Baku. But you wake up early enough where you can still smell the fresh pot of coffee being prepped. Going into Barnes Barn, there's already a bit of a morning rush, but this is a small town, under 200 people.
So everyone's
They're either here or they're at the... My brain
log
could
cabin?
brain. The Mossy Stump. The log no, you're right. The log cabin. The Mossy Stump is another place for another town. My notes are right next to each other. The log cabin, yes.
You mean the musty stump?
My
General store?
There's the Mossy Stump, which is an inn in another town, and then there's the Musty Stump,
the
which is a pharmacy.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Whew.
Like, I
Add
worked
to yourself,
another
my
two.
guy.
Off to a flying start. Love it. Gotcha.
Yeah.
No, I gotcha.
You know what? I'm changing the name of that other one because y'all don't think it's cool. It's fine.
No, it's
I thought it was
perfectly fine.
lovely.
It's-
Thank you. Arista,
it's
you get
confused-
7,000
it
gold
gets
pieces.
confused all the time. Whoa! Favoritism.
Dang.
Favoritism. No.
Well,
Alright.
they're the only one that's cosplaying right now. It's fine.
Playlist. And also a sketchbook.
No. That don't count.
I can't like glue cotton balls to myself.
Why not?
Not yet.
Arista's just killing it.
Fantastic.
We are not
Um,
worthy.
I forgot the strings.
It's a simple breakfast. It's rice porridge with freshly baked, like softly boiled eggs. So when you crack it open, when you open it up, it still kind of goes into the rice. Some fresh ham is put in there. A few different herbs. It's a common lunch, breakfast, and it's less than a silver. This is a cozy place full of cozy people. As you're enjoying your breakfast, speaking of definitely not cozy, Rika,
Yes.
roll me a D100.
Ooh.
Depending on this, it'll either decide whether or not Miko is with you or not.
60.
60. Miko, it wasn't that you were with them. It was you're wondering they should have been back 2 days ago. Where are they? You have a little perch that you've kind of set up as someone who likes to do taxidermy and like plan things out. And this forest is constantly changing because of the magical properties of the auger tree, right? So you have a couple different like lookout trees that you've kind of made into like, they're not like tree houses. They're kind of more like, tree platforms we used to get because we weren't cool enough or rich enough to get a full tree house. That are your home away from home.
It's the clubhouse. It's super cool, guys.
Yeah, it's got a little like fridge. It's got everything you need except just don't let it rain.
For real.
As you're looking out, Miko, you see Rika stumbling back. It was a rough time. Rika, you don't know if your shoulder is dislocated or you slept on it funny when you rolled down that hill trying to avoid gunfire. You got your cargo, which is good. But you have not had a second to breathe. You lost them last night around 3 a.m. It's now about 7 a.m. You're exhausted, not not stat-wise, but you're mentally and physically exhausted. And right now, you want breakfast, some sort of beverage to either put you to sleep or wake you up, dealer's choice, and just to scream into a pillow. Doesn't have to be yours. Nothing went right.
Rika!
Go ahead.
Rika!
What?
You're back!
What?
You're late!
I'm not late. You're
2
annoying.
days late!
I'm not late. I was busy. There was stuff. It's fine.
Alrighty, well, do you at least have Augur's, tools? Or do I have to tell him that he lost them permanently?
It's fine.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
never took anything. Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be fine. I need a little bit. I'll be good.
I got some elderberry syrup if you need. And
Oh, yes.
Some other things.
Please.
Okay. We can make you a tea or something. Your muscle looks really tense right here.
When you look at
Yes.
this badger, have you ever seen a dirty badger?
Yes.
Think of a dirty badger meets at the beginning of The Princess and the Frog when you see the main character going to bed, they just look unbelievably disheveled. You can't tell if the bags under their eyes are part of their mask or if it's just they're that tired. They've got schmut, moss, and stuff all over their fur. Their clothes look awful. They smell like a barn. That might be because you're close to barns, which you'll never know.
Just kind of wafts.
Yeah.
You need food. You need a bath.
need
Maybe
a
some alcohol.
Bath. I need alcohol. Yes.
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 Okay. Then that's what we'll do. And then maybe something I can get at work, or maybe Barnes has something to help, at least with the tense pain. Also,
Yes.
the bags under your eyes. Oh my gosh, girl.
Do you have to point out everything? I
Sorry,
specifically
it's
don't own a mirror for this reason.
Okay,
just-
okay. Sorry. Force a habit.
It's all right.
Listen,
It's
I
all
got
right.
2
No,
sisters, okay?
I know. You're looking out. Thank you.
I'm gonna
Sorry.
take one of your arms and put it over my shoulder. We're gonna go to Barnes.
Not that one.
Okay, sorry.
That's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Let's go.
I won't. Okay.
It's not a very long walk to Barnes Barn. This town is not very big. Even from your lookout post, it's maybe a 15-minute walk. This town is mostly in the trees. It's not the official town, city, this town center is 3 buildings that make a triangle. It could be some sort of ritual, or it could be they just liked looking at each other so they could throw things at each other, because people have no chill even this day and age. Who knows? Who can say?
It's a game of Phase 10 nowadays.
Exactly, yeah. Ace, give yourself an inspiration for that. I'll take that.
It's a game of phase 10.
So inspiration, we can do it by ANI rules, but inspiration for me, it's basically a bard's inspiration for the level you guys are at. So you can get a re-roll if you want to, or we can rule it now, and after this, we'll kind of keep it that way. You would get a D8 of inspiration to add on to a roll before or after you roll it. So it's up to you. A re-roll, or you guess for now it's a D8 added on to any roll that you want to do.
Either way, I'll forget.
I will write it down. But however you guys want to do, we'll discuss that during break if we want to. If not, we'll just kind of play it by ear. You guys make it to Barnes. Barnes is a centaur. The correct determination would be a muletar, as he is a half mule, half donkey sort of thing. He's not as tall as most centaurs are. He's standing more about 6 feet instead of the usual 9 when you expect centaurs. His fur and hair is this charcoal gray. He's getting a little bit older. He has a very well kept beard with that has been braided, and there are beads and flowers that are put into it, as is something that he lets the local kids do, as he is not only the innkeeper, but the closest thing this town has to a mayor. He comes out with your porridge, Baku, and looks in as the bell rings. Well, it's not really a bell, it's more of a wind chime, because think about fairies and fae and the fair folk here. Bells are awful. Reminds him of the bells from the churches back when people are going around, just putting up churches. So it's a simple wood chime, and he looks out and says, "Oh, good morning.
Morning.
Rika,
Uh-huh.
you look awful.
Thanks.
Would you like something?"
Yes.
Okay, come here.
Thank you.
Get sit down. And he reaches under one of his under the bar, and he pulls out this. It looks like a putty or like a cream of some sort. He rubs it in between his fingers. It smells like fresh mushrooms.
Ooh.
He inhales and exhales and goes to your hands, and he resets whatever was wrong with it, basically giving you his version of a cure wounds. It didn't feel very good to do so, but you feel more relaxed. You're still exhausted. You still feel like garbage, but now you're not in pain.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. On the house.
So
And he hands you
okay
2
to
cups.
pat your shoulder?
Yes.
He gives you a cup of hot broth, and then a elderberry tea, and you see he pulls out a little flask and seems to spike it with something. He doesn't tell you what, but he hands it to you.
Much appreciated.
And for Yumiko, what would you like?
Oh, I'm okay for right now. Thank
Sure.
you. Have you seen my younger sister Io? Has she gone off yet, or is she still asleep?
She's still asleep. I haven't seen her come in yet.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. They were up last night being pretty rambunctious, but
It doesn't surprise me. She's gonna be an acrobat one of these days, I swear.
Well, that would explain what's going on with my chandelier. And you see that it's not broken, but it is kind of swaying slightly, as if some of the screws at the top need to be retightened, as if some otter child, was swinging by them at 3 a.m.
Lawrence, I have a question for you.
Yes.
How do you put up with us?
Don't give him any ideas.
Oh,
He puts
has
one of
ideas.
his massive hands on your head and rubs it affectionately, not the condescending, maybe a little condescendingly. You can never tell with him. My dear child, if I had an electrum piece for every time I had to deal with people that didn't want my company or were forced here against their will, I could buy my own castle.
Third.
Speaking of which, and he hands you your soup.
Appreciate it.
Speaking of herd, morning.
Good morning, Miko. It's nice to see you coming back around again, Rika. Likewise.
How's it going?
Not too shabby. Morning started off pretty standard, you know. Making sure that I'm about to head down to the axle. Barnes, do you need somebody to kind of retighten that chandelier for you?
I would appreciate that, please.
I can get that fixed up for you here. Just let me get this porridge down me.
Do it beforehand. I'll give you a half serving for free.
What did he say? Sorry.
Do it before you eat breakfast, and he'll give you an extra half serving with egg for free.
Ooh, with egg.
Puts the bowl down. You don't have to tell me twice. And he'll stand up. Now a good time for physical descriptions? Well, we're missing one.
We are missing one.
We got 3 of the 4. Unless the 4th one's about to show up.
The 4th one's about to show up.
Then go ahead.
As you're getting up there, you pull out your little screwdriver that's a little too small for your Goliath hands. It's fine. It's like...
Okay, I will quash that now. My tools are proportional to me, but they are also the workable ends are proportional to what needs to be fixed.
Sure. So you have you know, like when you're working with like the different bits that you put on the end of a screwdriver, like you have one of those size ones. Those are regular sized. You're a Goliath, my dude.
And the handle like fits the hand.
Sure.
It's a ridiculous looking tool.
Yeah.
Like, it's a big giant bulbous handle, really thin, long like.
I don't like the sentence. Can we change the sentence, please?
It's like an ergonomics handle. That
ergonomic.
It's ergonomical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Is that what the kids are calling it these days?
Crochet for the win.
Yes.
It's like having a tennis ball with a crochet hook.
Sure. Yeah.
One of the few tools that Baku always keeps on him, and he'll be
never steal.
That.
It also, there's a good rule: you don't steal from the person that pours your drinks. Don't steal from the person that fixes your weapons.
Yeah.
So 2 good rules.
Rika already understands that, I'm sure.
Yep.
As you get on 2 different chairs, just to make sure you don't fall over as you're sitting up there. It's not a very large ceiling for you. It only you have to get up. Maybe you're on your tippy toes, but it's a slanted ceiling where there's one chandelier closer to the ground and there's one towards like the 2nd floor. Because it's a lodge, it's a funky shaped building. It's fine. But as this is going on, Mo, what is your approach to this town that you've spent many years coming to?
She is moving purposefully towards the town, but is not thrilled at the idea of having to come just because of she's unsure as to what awaits her. She's hoping that she's being summoned here for a purpose, and it's not someone just trying to, mess with her.
Okay. Perfect. You didn't eat breakfast this morning, I take it. You didn't really, if memory serves, you were starting the breakfast process before things happened.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like she's not really a breakfast person anyway.
Sure.
She'll have like a cup of coffee and then be on
Yeah. Okay. As you're making it towards the direction you come out from this town is more from the northeast versus where Miko and Rika were coming more from due north, maybe northwest, like a tick. From where you're entering into it is actually the part of the forest that they are replanting. So there are already there's about 24 people already out here that have different pine cones, acorns, maple seeds, prepping this ground and planting these trees a good, healthy section apart which is customary during this time of the year. It's customary during every time of the year, but this is the good weather to make sure that these trees can get a good bit into the ground before things get going. They don't seem to pay you any mind. They kind of wave to you, but they're very focused on following what they're being told to do by someone that you recognize. Excuse me. You see this large furball male. He has it's called blue, but it's actually like that really nice silver color that you see like that dogs have. Furbolg, with tufts of white hair. His name is Paulo. He is the owner of the general store / pharmacy. He is also one of the few, not spiritual leaders, but someone who can talk to the trees given his heritage.
Okay.
You don't have to talk to him, but that's someone you do see kind of doing the process after trees planted. He puts some certain fertilizer on it, does a prayer, and then kind of moves on to the next one. Maybe it's a prayer, you're not quite sure.
Got it. I just sort of nod in passing as I continue on and just sort of make sure that I pay my respects to the land and I move through this space reverently.
Yes. They do have it slightly like boarded off, different squares for different trees that have been planted, so that way, hey, don't touch this is a baby tree. But because of the magic of this place, even trees that were just prayed over, you already begin to see a small sprout coming up, like as if it had been there for maybe almost a year. So like this forest grows back fast because it is also removed quickly, but there has to be a balance, and they're trying their best to respect that.
Okay, and just as a reminder, this is an area that they've cleared for manufacturing, or what caused this area to be cleared?
This is 100% for manufacturing. Ochre is one of the few lumberjack towns in this country, and the reason why it has survived this long is because there are people like this furball named Paulo and Barnes who are both making sure that this land is respected. Because if it wasn't, this town would have been wiped out very quickly. And that is not hidden knowledge. Everyone is aware, like, you respect this forest.
Yeah, I feel like she would go up to, if she sees like a little sapling that's like struggling a little bit, she'll kind of walk up to it and kneel down, and then just sort of rub her hands together, kind of blow in them a little bit, and then sort of open them up and just sort of grant it just like, I'm flavoring the light cantrip here.
100%.
But just sort of gives it a little extra oomph, like maybe it's in a shaded area or it's not getting the most sunlight, and just to kind of help it along.
Roll me a wisdom check. DC 12.
Okay.
First D20 roll of the campaign.
Oh God.
No pressure.
Yeah, jeez, right?
You got this. I believe in you.
Is it wisdom?
Wisdom.
19.
19.
Whoa.
Did you guys
Well,
ever...
19 on a die, so plus 5, so 20.
Oh.
Woo!
Okay. If you guys ever watched the Inkheart movie.
The what?
Yes.
The Inkheart movie.
Part?
No.
There's a character named Dustfingers. When he blows into his hand, there's a bit of flame. That's how you'll... and flame begins to appear. As you open your hands to open up to this light cantrip, instead of it being this ball of angry flame, it looks almost more like a hot amber colored spore as it begins to drift and kind of float and glow next to this little sapling. Seeming curious by the magic, or maybe this tree is magical itself, it actually reaches out, growing slightly to absorb this little bit of light. If you allow me to say it that way, of course. It is also your character.
Absolutely. No, I love that. Cook, my friend. Cook with gas.
Always. You press on.
Let him cook.
You press onwards, going into the town proper. You took you a bit longer. Everything is situated. You guys have had your breakfast. You guys are getting ready to your situations. I will say that after meals, small annoying talk is had that everyone has when they're at breakfast. They don't really want to talk, but they have to talk because you're next to that person and you want their money, so you have to be extra nice for some reason. You know the conversations we've all had at the beginning of the workday. You guys are stepping out of Barnes, and at around this point, Mo, you are entering into the town because convenient plot point is convenient.
Whoa!
We all meet in a tavern. It's fine.
No, it's outside the inn. It's not even a tavern. It doesn't count.
I have a little, like a take it with me cup, like my own. What's the word? Thermos.
Mm-hmm.
I have a little thermos that I put the extra half serving in.
Yes.
That he
Did
gave
you-
me for fixing the chandelier.
Did you pick up a serving for your coworker?
Ooh. August
make my
is
own
gonna
roll
be
for that.
angry.
I'm gonna make my own roll for that.
That's fair. Odds it is, evens it isn't.
No.
The first natural one.
Oh.
Nope.
Putty.
You were so excited because
Nope.
you saw that second
I got
egg.
the extra half serving, and I
Yeah.
was like, awesome.
Well,
I can have this later.
Well, here's the thing about Barnes. He uses duck eggs, not regular eggs for his food. And if you've ever had duck eggs, go have duck eggs. They are much better tasting, in my unhumble opinion.
Yeah.
So rich, so good.
As someone who has lived on a poultry farm, duck eggs are superior in every way.
Quail eggs are good too.
Quail eggs are fantastic, but duck eggs are just...
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
No, I got a little excited for duck eggs. I shouldn't. Wife says I have an issue with that. It's something I gotta work on.
Well,
Got a little excited for a duck egg. Hey.
If you haven't had them, you don't understand. Anyway.
So good.
But, as you are all stepping out, the day is mostly yours. You do see the smith coming into town. The one automobile that does most of the wood cutting at night is coming back in. It's working fine. The tires are in good condition. There is that weird noise, but you're thinking it's just the driver doesn't know how to properly drive a manual, even though there's no automatic. So he's just trying his best, and it's hurting the car.
As he's driving by, clutch! Clutch! Oh. I'm gonna have to talk to him.
He tries, but he's been doing this job for so long, and he was doing it before they had the car. They had a wagon beforehand, and then the mule died. But he's best. He's like an 85-year-old, like the equivalent of 85-year-old dwarf. He's like 450.
Yeah. Left pedal, 2 feet.
He does that, and the
What?
truck completely stops, and you hear all the long stunk hit the back of the truck, definitely denting it. What? What'd you say, Baku?
You're supposed to use the left pedal to shift the gears. You're driving in one gear, man. Like, when you do that, it wears them out, and I have to fix them again, and I have to charge you more money. Do you want me to charge you more money? Ilfric?
Elfric.
Ilfric. I-L-F-R-I-C.
Okay, sure, Elfric. Roll me a persuasion check. What? DC 15.
Dropped all my dice.
You are going in jail. My persuasion is good. It's not that good. 8 total.
oh,
What?
Putty.
He's one of those people that also gets really excited with the chainsaw. You're not quite sure, but there are rumors inside the log house that he sleeps in, that he sleeps with his head on the chainsaw so he can hear the motor running softly. He's a little unwell. He's mostly deaf and 98% blind, you're pretty sure. It's hard to tell. One of his eyes is completely cauterized over, the other one is mostly. He should have been put down it, but he just refuses to die. We've all known someone like that that's been like, buddy, you've been at the shop for 50 years, please.
Frick is having trouble driving again.
Oh,
Just like defeated. Never mind. Go on.
Morning, Baku.
Give him a wave. Looks down the road. Looks down the road to see, to maybe see, Mo approaching down that road.
They stick out like a blazing thumb, so yeah, I'd say that they definitely...
Should I these?
I would think you definitely should. As you're looking back,
Yeah.
you can describe what your characters look like in more detail than Goliath, Badger, and Otter.
Yeah.
Yes. So, as Baku looks down the street, he sees this fairly tall fire genasi woman. Her hair is just long licks of red flame down her back that is sort of kept away from her face by an intricately braided metal headband that sort of rests at her forehead. Her skin is a deep orange color, not unlike the wall there. Maybe a little bit lighter, but definitely orange toned. And she has these large yellow eyes that definitely simmer and sort of almost shift like embers flickering. She is fairly tall. She's got very broad toned shoulders and arms. And hands are just nothing but calloused. She's got very, it looks like fairly simple armor that has been worked on, and these very intricate metal additions have been added to them around the neck, above the rib cage under the bust. Her shield and her hammer have those same sort of additions to them as well, as reflected by her craft. And she has a pack, a pretty hefty pack on her back, but not. It doesn't appear to be carrying her wares.
I was about to ask, is this a different, like, bag or bundle than you normally bring to you when you're coming into town?
Yeah, it's definitely like I'm just gonna, because I don't know how long I'm gonna be here, but I'm gonna, prepare for the worst, hope for the best.
Perfect. As you see, who do they see waving to them, Baku?
So, Baku is Baku is a stoic 7'7" and 289 pounds, making him a very lean, tall, cloud giant Goliath. He has kind of like this sun-dappled, fading to like slightly farmer's tan white skin, with three white markings that go from beneath his eyes, down his cheeks, down his neck, and down the rest of his body, but that's covered by his clothes. And one that goes from the center of his forehead, down the top of his bald head, down the back of it, and down his back, stopping in the middle of his back. He has thick, puffy white and a thick, puffy white mustache that look like they are thick, puffy white eyebrows and thick, puffy white mustache that look like they're made of clouds. And he wears like pretty common underclothes, like a little like a white vest and a red work shirt. But the most standout feature is the long green leather jacket that they wear that they got from their time in the other land. He has the demeanor of a wise old hound, just like unbothered by the problems of the world. He has these like deep set brown eyes, and a wide square kind of face. and he looks down the road at Mo and is like, "Well, hello, stranger. It's not too often that we get graced by your presence. What's the call for today?" And starts like kind of walking down to meet them in the middle of the road.
Okay.
Then you see she sort of looks up and says, "Hello, Baku. I wish I could say that it was a business matter, but right now I've just received this odd summons, and so I'm here to arrive. And I'll just mention that I've just received a
If it's
a
your
letter.
business, it's your business, my friend. You don't have to divulge, but it's a pleasure to see you yet again.
It is nice to see you too, I will admit. Just
We do need to catch up sometime. Stop in for a quick drink sometime.
maybe,
But
maybe
you have official
yeah.
business.
Has anybody been asking for me? Been looking for me?
Would I know that?
I know it's just.
Roll me
I
a
don't know,
history
it's-
check.
it's an odd
DC
situation.
DC 12.
Let me try my other die now. Better. 12 exactly.
12 exactly. Okay. I mean, there are some people that definitely would find someone like Mo very attractive, and like sometimes because they know that you have a talk with them, they might say, "Hey, any word from that really nice lady that makes the fine things?" And you're pretty keen. You're like, "No." And besides, I'm pretty sure they'd bend you like cheap tin. Like, calm down. Like, go away.
But recently,
Nothing other than 2 or 3 love-struck and like 17-year-old boys. Nothing major.
Oh.
No one.
Yeah, I
No.
feel like I should clarify that because I didn't specify it in my thing, but Mo is like when it was described
Very pretty.
Jadaro-esque, like from Legend of Zelda.
Yes.
Gerudo? Sorry.
Gerudo.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad I made that realization because that's a perfect
Yes.
example of their mentality, like
Perfect
vibe.
example. Yes.
2 minutes till first
yes.
break. By the way.
Okay, perfect.
No, haven't heard any chatter really. Just a couple of, well, frankly wouldn't care to describe them, but the same callers as per usual, you know, not in any important way.
Okay, well, I appreciate it. If there is anything that you hear of, please let me know. I might have to check in with August here to see if maybe.
By all means, I was just headed down that way. Care to join us?
Sure.
Looking to kind of the side of this Goliath male, you see the 2 companions he's been traveling with that are a little on the small side. If you'd please.
Keep in mind, Baku is 7'7".
Right.
Oh, wait, you may continue after this short break.
Break time. Okay, we're gonna be right back. Refill your drinks, go to the bathroom, get all the things. We'll be back in like 5-ish minutes. Thank you.
Yeah,
And
3 to 5 minutes.
Oh, and we got some redeems as well.
we did.
Oh my gosh.
We gotta
really?
hydrate and a stretch.
Yep.
We
Yes.
gotta hydrate. and
We'll do that
stretch.
over our break, I promise.
Literally did that.
I did the drink
While I was
already.
having technical difficulties.
Mhm.
All right, we'll be back
Be
real
right back.
quick.
it's a bar in the Underdark.
There you go.
Yeah.
If there was an Underdark. Hello and welcome back, everyone.
Hello.
First off, we've been at this for an hour. I want to say thank you to everyone that has been here, lurking, chatting, doing redeems. We appreciate your company, and thank you. That's all I really have to say.
There you go. Now, if I remember correctly, we were just about to introduce the physical descriptions of the other two characters.
Yes, the fine folk, the little folk.
I'm not that tiny.
Little baby.
I'm tiny.
Small.
No, I am small.
I will remind you. Baku is 7'7", standing next to both of these people. Continue.
I think you're muted, Rika.
Rika, you go.
You're muted.
Not
Yeah.
fair.
There you
Okay.
go.
Because I totally said you're more friendly, so you should talk first. Okay. So, as you're coming up, you see Rika. Rika is a badger folk, so she walks on two legs. She's little shy of 4 feet tall. She has thick black fur with white markings. She is wearing brown leather armor, lots and lots of pockets and hooks and all kinds of stuff. Really like kind of oversized, tattered green cloak that she usually has up, whether to block the light from the hangover she's working on or to hide from the many people that might be looking for her. Yeah.
A people
That's Rika.
person, some would say.
Oh, yeah. Super people person. Leave her the hell alone.
I feel like one of us needs to get that tattoo on their forehead.
Mine would just melt off.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay,
Thank you.
so. Alrighty. So Miko is 3'5", if I'm not mistaken. And
That's
weighs-
not what I have in my notes.
I forgot.
3'2".
Thank you. 3'2". She is a tiny otter, a tiny tot. That is what I'm gonna say. She has like what your average otter would look like. However, it would be more of like at the very top of her head, her little fur bits have what looks like to be kind of like platinum blonde tips kind of poking out for personal style. She also, for flavor, because it's D&D and we don't have to be super realistic, she has these like henna-esque tattoos that are around her neck to her shoulders. Every so often she will change them, or if she doesn't want to show her tattoos, she'll just grow her fur out and hide them. She
Fair
likes to
folk magic.
wear...
It's a wonderful thing.
That's great.
Yes, it is. She is wearing a basic vest that has just your average top kind of going through. She works at a general store, so she has to be open and loose. But also she's wondering if she's late for work. You can see that she's just like frantically like, am I late for work, or should I go? I should probably go type of ordeal. She looks very basic to what you would expect a taxidermist, or what you would expect like a average uniform would be for an everyday work job.
You have spent a lot of time with Miko, as they are the general store owner. You usually buy a lot of your supplies and ration from the general store. Either you talk to Paulo himself, or you talk to Miko or one of their sisters. And Rika, you're familiar with because they have given you definitely not family heirlooms that they somehow came a part of, but you're like, hey, that's free metal I don't have to buy.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Yeah, just wow.
Definitely.
Definitely not.
How'd you find 7 wedding bands all with a similar type of blood on them? I wouldn't worry about it.
Hey, listen, I had a divorce
Hey.
not that long ago, and
Yeah.
my swan found something interesting not
Look,
too long ago.
human.
Okay.
Don't mess with them. You crazy folk.
Don't mess with the swan either.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, the swan will ruin any betrothals. Just saying.
Honk. Now I'm just imagining a photorealistic version of us. Instead of like the mouth topping up, it's just a swan's beak. Honk.
Somebody crochet that, I beg you.
Oh, okay. There's that guy that does those masks that are like bird beaks. Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
Buys one immediately, comes back, swan.
listen, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Exactly.
Would I be able to know what time it is?
Yeah, no, definitely. It's like looking at the trajectory of the sun and the moon, probably like 9:30 in the morning. The day's in full
Am I
swing.
late for work?
You are unbelievably late for work.
I'm late for work. I just start running.
The funny thing is, their work is like 200 feet that way. It's not a far sprint.
As Mo's getting ready to like walk into wherever she's going, she's just lifted. This tiny otter just goes underfoot. She goes.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Catch you later, Miko. It was nice to catch up.
Why?
I am running in and clocking in.
Do you got to follow up on that or no, Rika?
No, she's fine. It's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
While
Well,
you're getting
here-
logged into work, we'll have the other three go if you're okay with that, Miko.
You good?
Okay. Go ahead, you three, please.
Well, you're back a little later than usual, Rika. Run into trouble?
No, it's just, sometimes I like to take a nice, leisurely stroll through the woods.
Do
I'm
all of
willing
your
to
strolls
accept-
through the... Ooh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm willing to accept that if you are. Go on.
Do all of your strolls through the woods usually end up with a is that a pulled scapula or
There's also 2 fresh bullet holes in their hood, by the way, that you see as you're like looking down at them.
or a singed hood?
Okay, why the hell are you here? You don't come by very often. Let's talk about you.
If you haven't realized
It's
yet,
good
leaning
to
over to
see
Mo,
you too, Mika. I've met Mika before. It's been a while.
a stroll for them isn't usually this long.
It's fine. Things will work out. Things will work out.
Moving on, and
You guys
still
make your
kinda
way-
progressing to the axle.
Yes.
Passing by the lovely sights of the town on the way.
Yes.
Um,
The lovely sights. There are 3 major buildings in this town. It's the Broken Axle, the Musty Stump, and the Log Cabin.
Oh, those are the 3 that are the town center, like that
and
face each
Barnes
other?
Barn
Yeah.
is a little out of the way, so that way the
Yeah,
other 3
yeah.
don't have things. Yeah, but those are the 3 major buildings of the town.
Incredible.
And then Barnes Barn, because it has a stable, you don't want to have it too close because smell. But
Exactly.
Wait, say it one more time. There's the Broken Axle, Musty Stump, and what's the third one in the town?
the log,
log
cabin.
cabin.
It's the tavern.
Log cabin.
It's the place where you
Yes.
get lunch if you don't want to go the extra 400 feet to go to Barnes Barn.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's too far.
Yeah, I know, I get that. Sometimes I have to go and get my snacks from here and not, from the fridge downstairs.
Better to just actually go.
Yeah.
They got great atmosphere. You don't got a bunch of otter children trying to break chandeliers.
That is also true.
Nice.
The Broken Axle is not a smith. It is a tinker shop. It is a pawn shop. It is...
A mechanic shop.
It's a mechanic shop / junkyard, as sometimes people get lost in these woods, sometimes things get lost in the woods. And the things are brought back here, and they're taken apart for spare parts for the things that are needed in this town. Whether that be new engines for vehicles, whether that be new transmissions for vehicles, whether that be
There's
bullets.
one stack there's like one stack just full of like, you know, that coiled up metal that you get out of like a broken rotor, and it just like it's like just full of tension springs.
Yes.
That haven't been melted down yet because tension spring metal is garbage, and he knows that it's garbage.
There is a forge in this ing, but it almost feels more like a kiln. So it's actually in the back, and there's not an official building for it yet. There are like almost a tent or a tarp to protect it from weather, and it's not that they haven't tried to put it up. It's that the curator and person who lives here is kind of strange.
I like very quickly retie like coverings and like
You hear inside, damn cat, as you hear something that's definitely not a cat hissing at the top of its lungs as you hear something that shouldn't be thrown, and it just begins to, it feels like someone threw a Lego set on the ground, so it hits the ground and then as if something definitely broke apart that wasn't supposed to break apart.
Typical tinkerer sounds.
Yes.
oh God's above, and I just like will like waltz over to the door and just be like, "Hey, August,
we're open!" And you hear a distinct snap, and ow, damn it!
yeah, like yeah, in the wall embedded next to where he pokes his head in, just.
What you see,
There's like a tire rolling down the road.
what you see is that it's a saw blade. It was a part of a handsaw. It seemed to have snapped and flung and hit the side of the wall as you see this ashtray of a gnome running towards what is definitely a possum. If a possum was the size of a corgi.
Oh my God.
And he's chasing after it with a metal saw, but it's a hand saw, so it's not really gonna do anything because it's so fine, and this possum is bigger than he is in weight.
No.
As it is
August,
just
August!
snarling.
I just like step. I can catch up to.
Oh no. Yeah, also, like, this place has all the walls. The windows sometimes need to be repaired regularly. Like, the thing... Baku, because this is your shop, and because I want you to have the biggest aneurysm, I need you to roll me...
run out of glass?
I need you to roll me a D10 to see what he broke throwing at this giant possum.
10.
1.
Buddy.
So
hey, on anything but a D20, I don't mind a 1.
you might have. You know when you're putting together an engine, and you have it in several different parts. He used it the way that he threw it. It looks like he tried to shot put half of an engine, and the case is reopened. There are bits of it all over the place, and this possum is spitting loogies bigger than spitting loogies
Not
bigger
the
than
head
August.
block. Come on, August, you know better than this. And I just like go over and I like grab for like the possum dog.
Go ahead and make me an athletics check. DC, I'm going to roll this, but depending on how I roll.
Athletics?
Athletics check. Go ahead and roll me DC 14 to see if you can catch this possum. This possum dog.
Why do I have advantage? That's the grappled condition. That's a powerful move. Okay, never mind. Haha! It's getting better. That is a sloppy 20.
Sloppy 20.
That is a 16 plus 4.
You are able to grab onto it. It doesn't seem to attack you, but it does seem frightened. Clearly, I would be frightened as well if I saw this 35-pound gnome throw an 80-pound half engine at me.
I was about to say, August has thrown half an engine block somehow.
August, like I said, maybe weighs 35 pounds slopping wet. He is mostly skin and bones. He is missing 3 fingers between his 2 hands. He has a peg leg, and he has a Mad-Eye Moody style-like eye.
No.
And his other one has completely wired over, similar to that lovely dwarf that is definitely insane. They're a part of the same bridge group where they build bridges and yell at each other. It's not even the card game. It's
This bridge group that builds. They keep
build
building
little-
the same bridge. No, they keep building the same bridge because it keeps falling apart because they're arguing about how to build it right.
one likes
No one
triangles.
has been able to
the
cross that
bridge
river for months. And I'm just holding on to this like possum dog and just like relax, my friend, relax. August, August here
It
is
sneezes and it's gone.
Oh. A blink possum.
Something like that, yeah.
just a blink
Love it.
possum, and it just
Nice.
And you see outside as it scurries away with what looks to be some sort of bag of food. Whether it's rotten or not, it's hard to tell. As it just scurries away. And you see August, he attempts to run past you guys. You damn bastard, get back here!
hey, and I like palm on head, August.
Hold on, what's your armor class?
My armor class is 15.
You see this little gnome, he climbs onto your head, like, lifts, as you grab onto his head, he jumps up and wraps around your hand. He can't do anything because his strength score is like a 6. But he's like...
I just like pull the arm back with a.
He's still on there.
Now, hanging on to it. He was digging in the trash. What could you possibly need out of the trash?
He begins to calm down, and his eye that is in that binocular sort of thing, it was spinning around almost like flubber when he's thrown through a wall. It calms down and begins to narrow as it begins to normalize. What day is it?
That would be
It's Tuesday
Feel
morning.
called out.
I was gonna
Tuesday.
say, are we doing a 7-day work week or a
It's-
10-day work week? What's
It's a
happening?
7. Actually, no. You got your mind. It's a 4-day work week. You kidding?
Hey,
It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday.
Guys,
it's Tuesday, August. It's Tuesday.
Ow! Ow! And he climbs down you like Stitch on a wall. Just from your entire body, climbs down on all fours and repositions himself. You see, he kind of twists his back, and you see one of his vertebrae. He wears almost like a Dobby-like style, like, toga when he's sleeping. One of his little vertebrae, as he resets it, as it seems like that no gnome, at the age of like 280, should be doing what he's doing.
oh god.
He takes out a very broken comb and tries to do a little bit of his... tries to do a little over the top. He's trying.
comb over.
Yeah, a little comb over, thank you.
Comb.
Pretty much. Breakfast?
As he remembers. And then, like, looks at his half serving that he was given, offers the half serving to August.
Breakfast. He goes over to a table that, after all that chaos and mess, is perfectly clean, as he picks out a little tin bowl and a silver spoon, actual silver spoon, pours it out.
Is it still warm?
It is very
It's
still
okay.
warm, yes. Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
thermos. Of course it's
I don't know. I was
It's only been like 10
And,
minutes,
uh,
absolutely
trying
special.
to do a cool thing because I'm hot. I just
duck egg,
died.
just like you like.
Good.
You do realize that you just reset all of the progress on Mr. Kenneth's engine, right? All of it.
He's an asshole.
He's not wrong.
Mr. Kenneth is one of the people in the also very funny nod there. I'll allow it, Dippy. He's one of the
I
heads-
looked at a random list, and the first one that came up is Kanath. Kenneth.
I thought you were saying canna as in like can of tuna.
No, not my other character.
From
Although I would
Crossroads.
like
You should watch
to-
that on Tuesdays.
It is an
Home
homage
day
only in
ratio.
the fact that it sounds very similar. Kanath.
Kenneth is a human male that is a part of the local lumberjacks group, and he's trying to take over as the group leader. Not to say that the other guy's bad, He's not that senile dwarf, but he feels like he can do the job better. He's younger, like 28, 29, thinks he can do good things. He's not. He's the sharpest plastic axe in the toolkit.
Is he wrapped in bubble
Price
wrap?
toolkit.
He should be.
All progress on Mr. Kenneth's engine is reset. To no wanton alarm.
Yeah.
Baku still cares because he wants to fix things.
Oh, for sure.
In a proper fashion. Mm-hmm. But the level of care is lower because it is Mr. Kenneth. Like,
Yes.
and he remembers that and he's like, oh. You know what? That's actually not that bad.
We can push it back
gives
to later this week. Next Tuesday,
gives-
even.
Or
gives
next
us a
month.
chance gives us a chance to maybe like actually look over it again. Who
Right,
knows?
yeah. You're always bad mixing up those wires, you damn rookie.
Knowing full well. And he's like, right.
The thing about August, when he
August,
actually
I've
can
got a friend
focus,
for you.
he does enough work for about 6 people in about an hour. The problem is that 1 hour of work happens once every 6 days.
Yeah. August, I got a friend with me today.
Friend?
Yes, friend. And
He-
points out Mo.
He runs directly past you, Mo, and goes to Rika. So what'd you get me? What'd you get? Come on. You look like... What happened? Hold on. And he snaps in your face twice, and all of the schmuck that you were dusting off begins to prestidigitate away as you're beginning to become more clean.
And this is why I come here. Well,
You look thin.
you know, you were asking. Did you think I got it for you?
Did you?
Did I?
Go ahead and roll me a d12.
I was about to say, Dr. chimes in, did you? Would I? Would you? Would I? Would you?
4.
4. So, the things that you were able to collect and harvest this time, a couple of good things. You got in TAC one of their, you were able to jack one of their transponder radios that they have in one of these vehicles, which is when things started getting hairy. You also stole 2 small boxes of ammunition. You didn't check what kinds. It was just kind of in a little box that you kind of threw into your bag. You also were able to grab one of these soldiers' hats. He wasn't a human, so you didn't kill him, but you still stole his hat.
Yeah.
You got 3 packs of cigarettes, and 2 magazines. I'll discuss what magazines when you pull them out. You just kind of grabbed things as you're going,
Yep.
and a pound of chocolate bars, which are almost as valuable as bullets out here, if not more so, depending who you talk to.
Yeah.
An engine part, a box of ammo, a soldier's hat, 3 packs
No-
of
not an
cigarettes,
engine,
2
it's a-
magazines.
Two magazines, like Times
Gun
magazine, or
magazines?
like
Oh, like paper
Yeah.
magazines.
yes,
Yeah.
and
Not
it
like
was
ammo.
it was not a part of the engine. It was actually a radio.
Radio.
Oh,
Transponder
radio.
Yeah, so basically, if they're trying to communicate, whether it be through Telegram, like you even got the headphones to go with it, so that way they can communicate that way. Like, it was risky. You got lucky if you did something like that and you don't think you could do it, because you broke into one of their cars.
No, they left it unlocked.
Right. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I said Rika borrowed. All
Yes.
these things.
Yeah. I was just checking to make sure it didn't need to be fixed. So what of these things would I think that August would want?
That radio is
say
more
just
precious than that engine to him. That radio would be very good. Anything for ammo or guns would be for Baku specifically. The chocolate, you don't know if this old man has a sweet tooth. Does not hurt to ask.
Yeah.
The magazines he also likes. He has one of the few libraries that are here, because when people come in here, like, For the reading materials, he's got a couple magazines, he's got a couple comic books, he's got a few books. The general store would also be another good place for those magazines, but he will pay you more because he doesn't understand the concept of money anymore. If he ever did, it's hard to tell.
Got it.
But yeah, the chocolate bars is definitely something you'd probably want to talk to the general store to get to sell more, and same with the magazines. But bullets and that radio are the best things for here.
Okay. Oh, I thought he was interested in the magazines.
He would be, but I'm saying another good place would also be the general store.
Oh, okay.
Either
okay.
or.
You have a choice.
Yes.
I do. I have a choice.
The choice is yours.
Dun 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 dun.
I love chocolate.
So I'm gonna pull out one of the magazines.
It is a political magazine. So it's a gossip magazine. It's gossip.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Similar to like I actually can't think of any.
People.
Yeah, it's like People magazine. Thank you.
The Vice.
Yeah.
Exposing myself, it's fine.
Instead of people, it's
and I'm just
right?
gonna. He's probably like my height.
He's shorter than you.
He's shorter than me. Thank you.
Yeah, he's
so
like
I'm gonna just kind of
2'4".
like dangle it a little bit.
Matt, his little Mad Eye Moody Eye, it actually acts more like Mole's Eye from the Atlantis movie, where it zooms in as he looks at it.
Nice.
Oh,
Love that movie.
Yes. Great reference.
thank you.
Yeah, and I'll drop it in his hands.
Baku, pay the woman! As he runs over and begins to read the magazine with his breakfast.
Thank you, Baku.
What else do you have? And then I'll just do the rest.
Fair. So yeah, so I will pull out the transponder radio and be like, what can you do with this?
Looking at it, roll me an intelligence check with advantage because Tinkerer's tools. DC 15 to see if this thing is ready to be is good to go, like they pulled out perfectly, or if it's damaged anyway and you might need repairs.
Sure.
Hold, please.
Taking you out of jail
Holding.
because I have advantage.
Holding.
Don't
Guidance.
disappoint me.
Guidancing.
Guidance. I get to add a D4.
Oh
right?
boy. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy.
Wow. Okay, the one that came out of jail did better.
Hey.
So let me go back to my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just
learned
straight
its lesson.
intelligence, or am I adding proficiency for Tinkers?
Add proficiency for Tinker's tools. Why not?
So 13 plus 4 plus 4. 21.
There's a little bit of damage because it seems like someone was taking possession of it with slight aggression, and there's a little bit of blood on it. And it looks like it's a little scratched up on certain parts as it was kind of pulled out, but the wires and everything look fine. You can plug this in and like onto some live wires and probably get feedback immediately.
I'm gonna like scuff it as I hand it over. I'm just gonna be like,
That's exactly what I was just doing.
Gotta
Just
polish it up.
yeah.
like you handed it to me first, and then I'm like, hold on, to get the blood off this. Now this is quite valuable. Absolutely, thank you. You did good. Puts
Don't
it down.
I always?
Puts it on his table, which is kept relatively. So a little fun thing I like to imagine.
Sure.
August, workbench, tools, toolbox, down here.
Yes.
And on a split level, everything wraps around itself. So
Yes.
the benches and everything are a double leveled like thing. Where everything that's 2 feet off the ground is August's. Everything that's 6 feet off the ground is mine. I put the transponder on my shelf, kind of in a corner next to some live wire, or not live wire, but
Unwrapped,
next
unused
to
wire. Yes.
the outlet,
Yes.
the outlet to test it later, and absolutely. What else?
I will also hand over the 2 boxes of ammo.
Opening them up, one of them is.
Actually, 1 box.
It's 2 boxes. 2. Yes.
I grab them and like slide the sleeve open.
One of them is shotgun shells. It's missing a couple. It looks like it might have recently have been loaded when it was taken. Someone.
Oh.
And the other one is rifle ammo, and it is half full.
I would like
Looks
to
over to-
actually
looks over
pull
to
back.
pile of looks up back over to pile of like guns in the corner, looking at the rifle ammo, handing the rifle ammo directly back to her. You would be of more use of this than I would. And looks over at like the pile in the corner of like gunsmithing like.
That
bits
is
and
something that
bobs,
August does when like he's reading the magazine with one hand and like he's got a straw, he's dropped a spoon, and he is like cleaning a gun while he's doing this. This is something that he is one of the few things he's very, very good at.
Hey, do we have any 12s over there that we can use this for?
I got my personal one.
Then, sure, I'll pick it up for him too. Looking at Rika. So, transponder, magazine, shells. Sure, sounds like a deal.
That
Great.
transponder, this is going to be a little bit of, not PvP, but you can lie to them a little bit if you'd like to, Baku. That radio by itself is easily worth 100 gold pieces. That box of shotgun shells, even though it's missing about 4, regular ones hold like 25, 26. That could easily go for 25 gold pieces full, because it's missing about a 1/6. You could bring that down a little bit, probably to 20. Magazine out here, it's a little bit more valuable, but a magazine's a magazine. Get that for a silver in town. You get that for...
Exactly. And you said the radio was 100?
Yes. If it looks as good as it's looking right now. You haven't popped up.
Right,
you haven't opened it up, but yeah.
He does like a. You see him like tapping his thumb to points on his finger as if he's calculating on one hand.
Gotcha.
Reaches into his pocket, pulls out like a stack that would equate to 75 gold, and like shifts it over on the table. Radio could use a little bit of fixing. Some of the shells are missing. And the magazine is cheap anyway, so this should suffice.
If you'd
Okay.
like, roll an insight
well-
versus deception.
Well, so that's
Mhm.
I need to check on something.
Okay.
So, in the past,
Mm-hmm.
has Rika ever like thought that she was getting ripped off, or does she
You're a
feel
criminal.
like
Your life's also on line. Like, even if that stuff's only worth 75 gold pieces, what about your own finder's fee? That's not fair. Hold on. I got shot at.
shit?
You're a criminal. You're a smuggler. Every copper is a good copper.
Okay. So I'm gonna look at him and
He's
Are you
like
sure about
smiling. He's like smiling smugly, like
oh shit, no.
just kind of like.
Look, I don't pretend to know what the hell that is. All I know is it was important. 75 is not gonna cut it. Come on. Look at it. The way you're looking at it. And you're so
Like it needs
talented,
to
you
be
can
fixed.
fix this.
Exactly. I'm buying it. I'm going to buy it off of you to fix it. If you had brought it to me new, then it would have been. Then it easily would have been tacked on a little more.
1 second. Cozy, what is that sweater? That is adorable.
What?
It says my tummy hurts, but I'm being really brave about it.
My sister has that same
So
shirt.
cute.
Oh my god.
You know what?
Very cold in my house.
That's an inspiration for you, Cozy. I'm sorry. That's perfect.
That's great.
I am living up to my name.
It's
fine.
perfect. Yeah, no, 100%.
You're snug as a bug.
But I'll tell you what.
Absolutely.
You did go through a lot of trouble to get it, and puts in your hand 6 gold pieces. bringing it up to 81, but you've already pocketed 6 for your troubles.
You don't have to
Can
worry about
I-
this taking out of your bank account, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's no, you don't,
Yeah.
it's not coming out
Can
of your
I-
bank account.
I will immediately remove the 6. Like, that's a given.
Okay, no, I'm saying that
I'll
like.
see where the rest of this goes.
Well, no, Dippy, what I'm saying is because this is your store, this isn't coming out of your personal funds. The money that you have right now is funds you're getting while the campaign begins, as soon as you guys leave the town. Because why would you only have 300 gold pieces? You run a profitable business in a small town.
Yeah. So, taking it out of, like, the treasury.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And,
I'm not gonna
so
take-
I take 70. Yeah, I take 75 out of the treasury.
Yeah, it's a
And
little
then
vault.
the 6 I will take out of my own.
Okay.
If you'll let me.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do an insight check.
Go
you
for
have
it.
you've wizened me up.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion or deception check, whatever you're feeling, Baku.
Oh,
He's rolling against you. It's rollies.
yes. 21.
Whew. What'd you,
You said persuasion or deception?
whatever one you're feeling is more appropriate.
9.
He's stiffing you a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a lot.
I'm going to start reaching my hand back out for the receiver.
Wait a second. No, wait a second. This business needs to be done here.
Yes,
Well,
it does.
I guess it doesn't. Well, I guess it doesn't need to be.
It's up to you. I mean, I don't really see any more of those in here. So, can't really think that you're going to come across it again anytime soon.
This is the first radio you've seen in this good of condition since you've been here. In the weasel's defense.
Badger.
Sorry, Badger.
As I like.
You're being quite the weasel right now.
What? Not. I'm rude. See, I know what my efforts are worth.
Yeah, I agree, but I can't.
All right, all right,
Being the weasel.
all right. Pulls out 15 more for the table, making it 90. It's a little bit better than I'm letting on. I shovel 90 over.
She's gonna like crinkle her face, growl a little bit.
Plus, we do have to make a little bit of money off of the venture.
And she'll take the money and shove it in her pocket.
For being a good sport, I'll maintain your gun for you on the house this time. If that will sate your request. Instead of a good, a service, then.
Deal.
All right. Just whenever you need it done.
Perfect. So, I don't remember how much money I got now.
You got you.
I gave you 6 out of my own for your
Yes.
troubles.
Yep.
And then you ended up with 90 from the treasury for the radio and the shells and the
Magazine.
The one magazine. Got it. Okay. And
So
then
you got
I have the,
96 total.
Yes.
yep. And then I still have my box of
Rifle ammo.
Rifle
rifle
ammo.
bullets.
Because that
Which
would
is-
be more useful for you anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
Inside there is a total of 18 shots.
Ooh.
There you go.
And you still have the 3 packs of cigarettes, the chocolate, and the magazine.
And one more magazine. Yep. Perfect. Thank you. Oh, and a hat.
And a hat.
Yes. That may or may not have bullet holes or dagger dabs.
So if the shells were 20 and the radio was 100 and I just gave 96, that means I profited 34.
Yeah, that'll keep the lights on for a while.
Yeah, that's not bad. Well, and if I sell the radio,
It's true.
like for a better price.
No, for sure. And there are still nomads and people that'll come through here that would definitely buy the radio, so you can
Yes.
worry about that.
Baku profits 34G.
Mo, Roll me a wisdom saving
Yeah.
throw.
Oh, what?
A wisdom saving throw.
What?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a plus
Me.
17.
17. Okay. As you're sitting there, dumbfounded that you were just, looked over by someone that you considered a good friend for a long time to talk to a badger, and I was enjoying People magazine, eating porridge while cleaning a gun.
Well,
It's a
cleaning up
weird.
some-
Well,
A weird situation.
it's a weird situation you find yourself in. What makes it weirder is that the few of the lights. This place does have electricity. A few light bulbs here and there. It's not up to code by our standards any day, but nothing's on fire, so it's a win.
It's not an OSHA violation.
OSHA doesn't exist anymore. It's gone.
Yeah.
Take
Wait,
that,
what was the total
humans.
of that save, by the way? What was the total of the save?
17.
70.
1-7, yeah. You begin as you're kind of just noticing the light bulbs. They're old, so they're looking like they're kind of doing that little flashing thing that they might do. But as you're looking at it, you see instead of the lights flashing, you see little clouds of black seem to dance around the light bulbs and block it out for a second, as if they're trying to blot out your eyes. As you're looking at these little, they're not soot sprites. They're more ghastly, like the Pokemon. They're kind of more cloud-like things. And as soon as they see that you can see them, and they disappear, and the lights stop messing around, stop flickering. The only other person that seems to be made aware of this is August, who looks up, looks to you. Oh, you're here! Come here, we'll have some soup! And he scoots over his little bowl and offers you the same spoon he was using because he doesn't believe in germs.
Oh.
No, it's okay. August.
Yucky.
I was gonna say, I'm not much of a breakfast person.
Yeah, you and your morality.
Pulls a spoon from my own shelf. Kind of like polishes it, hands it over.
Search yourself.
I'm alright, but thank you.
Why don't you come and sit down? Come down, sit.
Yeah, no,
And
actually,
I
go
will start
and I
tinkering
sit
with the
down.
radio while they're doing this.
Okay. And I'm gonna sit over. Well, we'll get back to this conversation. We're wrapping up here soon, though. I think we're getting close to closing time.
Sure.
I think
About 10 minutes.
yeah, give or take. Going back to our lovely otter friend, Miko.
Yay.
Yay.
Yay!
I'm late. Punches in.
As you punch in, are you trying to be stealthy or are you zooming in?
I will stealth in.
Roll me a stealth check with disadvantage because it's broad daylight and there's a bell on the store. Unless you're going through the window.
So 18's the first one.
Okay.
And then 20, so 18.
Okay.
Gotta just dust off myself.
I am so sorry. I rolled a natural 17. And
It's okay.
your sister's pretty good.
Oh, darn it.
Your sister, you see, there has these cute little spectacles on another little otter as she is currently. Oh, you're back. Phew. As she is currently trying to mix tea bags, and she's already grounded up a bunch of different herbs and putting them together. She's weird about it. Instead of having different bags of things, she actually makes each tea bag fresh from start, instead of doing batches. That way, the tea is more expensive,
What
but
you
also
making
tastes
there?
better. You're late. As she is gently dusting something into a little tea bag, a couple different colored herbs.
Oh, he won't notice. It's fine. It's like,
You-
what, 10 minutes late?
She puts down her spectacles. An hour and a half.
An hour and a half?
Yeah!
It's like the what you see in animes where it's like the little sweat drop and the lines going through.
Yes! You know what that means for you? You?
No pay.
No! No, you have to sweep. You have to
have to
dust.
sweep.
You have to sweep.
Oh, come on. I know I have orders that I gotta do too. Soon,
You're
so-
late. You gotta sweep.
I get it. I get it.
By the way, a
Good,
couple of the
good.
guys that have been spitting their chew onto the floor, so you have to also clean that up as well.
Oh, are you kidding me? I thought we said no chew.
You think they're gonna listen to us?
Listen, we got the sign that says no backpacks as well, but you know what? No one listens to that here either. I grab a broom.
It's a relatively quiet morning. A couple of regulars come in for their medicines that they come in, whether that be some palms, whether that be some ointments, whether that be some salves, whether that be some drinks. It's a relatively quiet day. Good business so far. A carrier pigeon comes in, not a carrier pigeon, sorry, a carrier hawk does arrive with a bunch of papers that you guys ordered before, so that way you get their local paper from Creed, the capital city. So you usually charge them, it's usually a gold piece, and you usually order about like 15 to 20 papers. Not many people read it, but those that do appreciate it.
I like it.
Yeah.
Who
I like
brings
the
a
staples.
carrier hawk to a pharmacy?
It's the general store.
You just said hawk to Jet, by the way.
Nice.
You gotta put a gold on that thing now?
Was that as bad for you as it was for me?
I promise you it was worse for me to have it come out of my mouth.
Yeah, it's typically how that goes.
Yeah. I'll take
Anybody here?
Oh God, what have I done? No.
I didn't
I
hear
gave
you,
the
Mo.
hawk
I'm sorry.
to a coin.
No, it's okay. I just made it. That's what she said, joke.
Oh.
So it's fine.
Sucks for her, I guess.
Oh.
It's called a womp womp.
Yuck. Anyway,
You missed me.
I did, and it wasn't for your comedy though.
Hurt.
I have to be nice. I'm DMing you right now. It's fine.
You're good, you're good, you're good. I take sarcasm.
It's a good day though. As everything is going on with them, it's about 30 minutes before Paulo shows up. He looks tired. Planting days, it's every other day, so that way he can recover his energy. It's a very draining job. As being a member of the Fae folk like you are, his relationship with the forest is very different because they're caretakers of it, not creatures that reside within it. So, as a part of him doing this process, he's not draining his life force away, but it's something similar to that. So he walks in, it's about 10:30 in the morning, maybe almost 11. He's coming in there, he's wiping his brow with his handkerchief. Not handkerchief, kerchief. Oh. He gets on this smile. Glad you finally showed up for work.
I'm so sorry. It's just a lot of things. Rika finally came back to town and I completely lost time. I just start like spewing word vomit.
Hey, you made it back safe, and he pats you on the face. We need you here. I understand Rika's very important to you, and you want to spend as much time with her as you can, but communicate, please.
Oh, too, and I am truly sorry. It's poaching season.
Yes, it's always poaching season, my dear.
I know.
He sits down, and
Alright.
your sister, Cider, begins to pour him a cup of tea.
Thank you. Needed that.
Parsley and cider.
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm. You guys have a conversation talking about the trees and what spirits that might be becoming more present because there's different captive trees. It's conversations you've had 1,000 times.
Yeah.
But it's...
I would probably assume that I would have like my star map and being like, hey, agriculture this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a conversation that you have regularly, but it's a normal, pleasant conversation. Normality in this world is hard. And to have a small piece of that, even with a found family or family otherwise, is very nice. That being said, I need all of you to roll me a D100, please.
Oh.
This, and I'm going to explain this to my audience, and I'll explain every time we do it. This is a world event roll. You guys will each roll, and if you guys roll up to a certain point, one of a couple things might happen. It might affect you guys today in the session. It might affect you guys 30 sessions in the future. You are unaware.
Fun. All right, D100.
A D100. And I will roll as well, because I want to contribute.
60.
All right, give me
26.
69.
Hey!
Nice.
Funny number.
Yeah, it's
What did who got a 60?
They said the sex thing. They did the sex thing.
Rika does.
Clip it! Clip it, somebody, clip
What
it!
did Mo do? What did, hey, clip it down! Wait, Brett, you're here, you're not there! Mo, what number did you get?
one of our
26.
26?
one of our 8 viewers.
And I got 54.
Can you repeat those totals to me, please, Dippy? 54,
Baku, 54. Miko, 69. Rika,
69.
60.
60,
Mo, 26.
26.
Okay,
and then
hold
9.
on. I have to clarify. Am I just rolling the D100, or do you also want me to roll a D10 with it too?
You roll both.
Yeah, you roll
Okay.
both.
Yeah.
To get
Okay.
The finer
In-
number, yeah.
Pathfinder, we weren't doing that. So
You just rolled the normal 100 in it. Right?
yes.
Mhm.
So mine
Yeah.
is also a 69.
Okay.
Hey!
That actually-
269.
That actually
Clip it
affects the
again.
roll. That,
Are we allowed to know what the DM rolls? For posterity's sake?
no.
Fuck. Alright.
Of course.
No.
I will say, out of everything rolled, this is
Shit.
probably
Nice
one
job.
of the most interesting things that could have gone.
Oh god.
269.
I swear.
Oh god.
Yeah,
that's-
it's
How
definitely
I had a
69's
heart
fault.
attack.
It's definitely that reason.
Oh, sure.
Your morning continues. Is there anything you'd like to ask Paulo, Miko, or anything like that before I transition back over?
Yeah, actually, it would be more on the survival standpoint. She probably would have asked how the trees were growing
Oh,
and if she's heard of any hunters in the area or like anyone that had prizes and stuff, because she likes her bugs and she likes she likes doing her taxes. She likes her job.
yeah. Trees are doing great. We should be we're actually ahead of schedule.
That's great.
But at this rate, we'll have another 2 acres planted before summer solstice, which is fantastic.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's great. Okay, awesome. Anyone come in with anything interesting other than a dog or a pet or
Oh no. You okay?
I think my phone accidentally hit my spacebar and
Oh,
somehow
no.
it turned off my camera, and I was like,
Um,
"What is happening?"
you're good. It doesn't look bad on the stream.
Roll me a D100 there,
Oh god.
Miko. I love my D100s. I played Call of Cthulhu once years ago, and it
And
stuck
then it
with
just
me.
stuck.
Yeah.
76.
76. There was an interesting person with a. They had horns, and they were kind of constellation-like.
Really?
And he'll point to your sister, and she shrugs. Yeah, they anytime he moved, they kind of shifted like you're looking at the night sky. It was really interesting.
Jotting that down real quickly.
Yes.
We are on the verge of a break.
Okay.
Actually, we should be doing one right now.
We'll do this break. We'll be on for like another 15 minutes, and then we'll wrap up if everyone's okay with that.
Or we'll just
Okay.
let the ad run, and subscribers will see the content.
Yeah. Bonus content.
No,
Get some extra lore.
no.
Bonus stuff. Yeah, all right.
No.
Let's
Not
take a
the
quick 3-minute
first
break.
one.
Yeah, no, that's.
Yeah,
Alright.
you're
Gotta
right.
reel them
Yeah.
in first.
Yeah.
Okay,
You're
don't go
right.
anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
Take care.
didn't see
Welcome
the T-posing frog.
back.
Are we back? Yeah.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Quick little break for a quick little, refresher. How are we all feeling? We all feeling good?
Feeling good?
Fantastic.
Beautiful. So, but yes, Paulo looks to you again. Miko says, points to your sister. She said, yeah, he came in here looking for something, but, we didn't have it, unfortunately.
Oh, what was it?
He drew it, and she'll actually pull out a piece of paper, first thing that you notice, other than using one of the many pens you guys just give out for people to write with, it's actually done with charcoal.
Ooh.
And it's it looks like the moon. And he said, like, some sort of stone or something. He said something about moonstone, which never heard of.
Survival check? Is there
Religion.
something that I would... Religion check. Okay. Oh, heck yeah. Heck, that's a natural 20 for a 22.
Congratulations.
Woo!
Moonstone is reference, and it's happened all over history, but there have been people that have tried to achieve to ascend to godhood, or have tried to deal with gods in whatever way they would like. The way to do it is by finding weapons that are imbued with moonstone, or it is a precious material that has the ability to it's similar how in regular 5e it's similar to adamantine, where it's very precious, very rare, but there's speculation that this was actually there is some semblance to some of the old gods that might have died, and their parts of their body came into the beautiful shimmering white and black stone that we know as moonstone, like in this world. I actually have a piece right here, I think.
I have moonstone in my office.
It is a gorgeous stone. It's very pretty. Very cloudy, very white and black. Very magical, very rare, very expensive.
Wow. Yeah, it was a 22 with a natural 20. Yeah. Well, that's odd. I haven't seen one of these in ever, but I've heard of them. I've read about them. I know Mom used to talk about them a lot.
Your mother talked about a lot of things, Apollo says, kind of patting your shoulder affectionately.
Yeah. It's no big deal anyways. But I don't know. Imagine if we did have something like this. Business would be booming.
Your sister scoffs. If we got something like that, we could hire people to make these tea bags so I wouldn't have to.
That, and we could also, maybe surprise gift Mr. Barnes for almost the 8 years that we've been living with him.
Let's not get crazy, she says with a stupid smirk.
Alright, well, let's just make sure that cider doesn't go on, like, the chandeliers again, okay? I need a reason for Baku not to go in the store as much.
You got something against Mr. Baku?
I don't know. It's just he's tall, and like August is fun to mess around with, but also pulls out one of the 10mm sockets.
Paulo, who is as tall, if not taller, than the Goliath man looks like. Excuse me?
I get treated like a child. I am not a child. Does that sound better?
A friendly piece of advice, and I've told this to you 100 times. People that have to say, I'm not a child, still typically act like children.
Just as a long inhale. It sighs.
Going back to the Axel, the strange little gnome known as August is trying to have a conversation with Mo. So, he's slurping on this in the soup. There's nothing there. He thinks there is, though, you're guessing. As he's trying to look at you, his other eye is just... So, how have you been?
You know, business has been steady. It hasn't been, you know, the equinox left me pretty well off.
Good,
so
good.
I'm, you know, sated that way. I wasn't really planning to make a trip into town today, but
Well, obviously it's Tuesday. You never come in on a
yeah.
Tuesday.
I never commit on a Tuesday, no. But I sort of look over to make sure that the others aren't listening.
He accidentally swallows part of his spoon, and he coughs it back up. All done with breakfast, I think.
Pat him on
One reaches over one stern hand to the back.
You all right?
No more breakfast, I think.
Oh, okay. All right. I sort of scooch the empty bowl and spoon to the other side of the table. And I just sort of look around and speak silently to, you know, make sure that the others aren't listening in.
Sure.
Because just for clarification, he would know more about me, correct?
Yes.
As far as my background and family situation.
Yes, he was closer to your family than everyone else because there'd be often times where there was an old, like, mine shaft, more of a well nearby, and the reason why he's so spry is because he didn't believe in asking for help. So he would mine his own resources, climb back up this well, and that's why his body is so damaged and why he's probably completely insane.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So I just sort of, I lean in and I'd say, have you heard from Raya at all?
Raya? Oh. His eyes get a certain level of calmness that you haven't seen since you've been in the shop today. Not since last summer solstice. Which is definitely later than you've ever heard anything from them.
Last summer, they were here?
Yes!
Or you
Yes!
got-
They were in my shop, right there. And he'll point to a spot that is close to where Baku and Rika are just conversating about how to clean the gun. Rika's telling Baku they're doing it wrong. Baku's like, no, no, I've been doing this for a while.
You know,
I pull
at
out the
some
note
point,
that I got and I show
know-
it to him.
Oh.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Go ahead.
No. Interstitial.
Yeah. and I show it to him. I'm like, is this anything? Have you seen this, or is this? Do you know who sent it?
Takes the paper and begins to gum on it.
Oh God.
Not anywhere near the ink, just like tasting
Yeah.
it. You see that in his good eye, that a little bit of magic begins to glow. You know this. He's casting Identify the only way he knows how.
Oh, buddy.
David Tennant, Doctor Who, like, just taste it to make
Yes.
sure if it's good.
That's
Yep.
hilarious.
Love it.
Yep.
He
Time to rewatch
snaps
Doctor
twice.
Who.
No, what have I done? He snaps twice. It vanishes. I don't know the author, but I do know who made the paper.
Okay.
This is
And
magical
who made-
paper. There's a vendor.
I gathered that.
There's a vendor in Creed who sells the specific type of paper. It is made from a mixture of cedar wood with a hint of a twilight willow. Very expensive, very rare. Because chopping down a twilight willow, and you would know this, just as being a part of here, is almost a cardinal sin by the rules of the forest.
Just kind of catches Bob.
He's not speaking quietly about this. He's very openly saying
Yeah.
Twilight Willow.
No, but like his attention like shifts from
No.
the gun to the gun.
Yeah, no, he's...
Yeah.
And that's why you only get invited in Creed, because they don't give a fuck.
With my passive perception, would I have picked up on, like, the name that they were talking about and...
He has not given the name of the vendor. He's just
Oh,
mentioned
no,
a vendor in Creed.
No, Mo's the Rhea.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Okay.
And I would like it, if you would, Mo, to roll me a either sleight of hand or stealth check with advantage because you were not paying attention to the conversation earlier. Rika, I hope that's okay. If that's fair to you, because you weren't paying attention.
Oh, well, I didn't want to interrupt. I was gonna say, like, with my passive perception, like...
What is your passive perception, if I may ask?
20.
20?
Whoa.
Yeah.
So now you need to roll. I'm going to say, Mo, you're rolling with advantage, still, but you have to beat a 20 with either stealth or sleight of hand while having this conversation.
Give me 1 second. Let me pull up my stats.
You stitch.
You got this.
Yeah, anytime Rika notices somebody trying to have, like, a quiet conversation, she's listening.
I couldn't help but
Giggity, yeah,
notice
you gotta
because I
get
was
your
eavesdropping.
Quiet with August is very hard.
Yeah.
Oh,
If you beat a
is that a
16,
good or a
you-
yeah?
If you beat a 16, you
rolled a 1
slip
and a
it past
2.
Baku.
Oh no!
Oh, sweet summer child, no.
You're overly giddy because
Fuck.
this is something about your sister. That's my logic behind this. Like, you're trying to be quiet, but you're speaking really fast. And it's, even with the cleaning noises of a gun, it's not a very loud process. But they both seem to hear you. The vendor's name is, and that's when all of you hear the sound of marching and of automobiles, not the rickety old truck that you guys know that just left this town. But it sounds similar to, like, a military vehicle.
Parade?
No.
No, the whole thing sounds
Like
like
an infiltration? Like
It's
a-
not,
like
they're
a
not invading,
occupation?
but when you guys peek your heads out the window, it's very easy to tell when a squad of 20 armed troops and a motorized vehicle with a turret on the back are slowly approaching. Weapons aren't drawn, but there are people there that seem to have questions or are curious about things.
Better get to the cellar.
And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Go into the,
Aw,
the
shit.
yard in the back. Go into the yard in the back now. Come on. And, like, that's...
Yeah. We'll pick it up there, not next week, the week after. Because next week, I'm going to be running some Monster of the Week. For those of you that have never played it, and some of the people here can definitely play if you'd like. I'm not going to bully or rush anyone to do so. It's a completely different system. It's a 2d6 system where you're basically playing an episode of Supernatural of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's a fun time.
Love that.
It's a good.
It's a very good time. Thank you, everyone that has been watching, and thank you, my players, for trusting me to put you into this crazy, wild world. You guys seem to be enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Make sure you like and subscribe, everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
And stick
Give us a
around.
follow.
We are going to be raiding a channel called Roll for Respawn. I believe they're playing some video games tonight on their fun channel, show called Thirsty Gay Thursdays.
Love it.
Ooh.
There you go.
Yeah.
Will this be a regular occurrence, Brad?
It will be. Every Thursday, we'll be raiding Roll for Respawn.
So you can look
Woot
forward to
woot.
that right after.
And
And
before,
thank
Canine
you,
Rescue.
Canine. Canine, thank you
Yes.
for watching.
Thanks, Canine.
and I
Amazing
appreciate
bee.
all of you being here. It's been a while since I've had a chance to actually run a game, and being able to do it with these lovely people on this platform is cathartic beyond all belief. You all are great. Be sure to follow everyone on their other social medias. I gave their ads, but they have such great content. Go find them, go follow them, please. But remember, you matter.
You're
Go ahead, Dad, Dippy.
for the future, bro. Until next time, your adventure matters, and roll for initiative. Goodbye.
Goodbye.